Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9 Volt Games, and I'm going to do a top 5 list. Not really a top 5, but I'm going to call these segments top 5s just because it sounds catchy. Or I call them the 5s. I don't know. It sounds stupid. Until I find a better name, we're going to call it top 5. This top 5, as you can clearly read, is 5 games for the Xbox 360. Jesus Christ. Cut. Okay. This is going to be 5 games. Fucking A, I can't do it. This is going to be 5 Alright, 5 FPS games under $10 for the Xbox 360. Now, I'm not being biased when I say for the Xbox 360 because some of these games are actually more expensive or less on the PS3. So I will do that in a separate video. My next 5 will be about PS3 games, I promise you. I know some of you are like, you only have 5 PS3 games. No, I don't. I don't. I got like 15. Okay. Anyways, so 5 games under $10. I know they're under $10 because I scanned them with my phone and checked prices. So don't argue with me. Only one of these I've actually brought up in a video before, and I'm gonna do it first just to get it out of the way. Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein. I'm not gonna go ahead and say it's one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. Obviously, there are better first-person shooters. However, this game was widely ignored. I put it on my. I actually put it on. I think I put it on 5 games that you should have played that were ignored. You know, mainly. This game I believe was $6. I'm gonna check it right now. This game, I think it was $6. It had kind of a real cheesy story. It was come on. 647. It had a real cheesy story. You know, the voiceovers, the accents, all that shit was real cheesy. But it was cool at the same time to see like Nazi soldiers with Tesla coils coming out of their shoulders, shooting plasma rifles at you. You know, the weapons were insane, but it did have a cool concept of you being able to jump in the void, which is, I guess it's kind of like hell. Version of the world you're already in and jump back to normal. Plus, it was quasi open world. I mean, it was fun. Definitely check it out. If you want to know more about it, go back to my Xbox 360 games. 5 games you should have played for 360. That was on there. But man, this one I started playing way back, and I went back to it recently, and that's Rage. Now, Rage, you can get it all day brand new at GameStop for $13.99. However, I did look it up on Amazon, and there was copies all day for $8, or I think like $8.60 something. That means you can get it on eBay cheaper with free shipping. Rage is really fun. I started playing Rage, and I was kind of like, you know, it looks really pretty, but there's nothing to it. And then I really got into it, and this game was pretty fantastic. I like the whole concept. I mean, I guess you could say it's an FPS. It's got RPG elements, but it's not an RPG, so don't get twisted on that one. But it's kind of like having a bootleg version of Twisted Metal and then having Fallout stripped down, smashed together. That's what it feels like to me. The guns are cool. I mean, the fact that you got to scrounge and buy ammo, and that's all I really spend my money on that game is buying ammo and buying armor and weapons and blah 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 for my car. But I do think that the game's pretty cool. It's got kind of a real corny story. Someone already told me, you know who you are, that it ends horribly. It's okay. I know this game's going to end horribly, but it's fun to play through. It's mindless fun, and it also helps that someone that I'm working with right now is also playing through it, and he's not even an avid gamer, and he's thoroughly enjoying this. He's got something new to tell me every day. He's actually ahead of me, so he's also ruining the story for me, but meh. Not really about story. It's just mindless fun. It's good, run and gun, and it's an id game. 2 of these are id games, by the way. Alright, only 2 of them are id games. I didn't realize that when I was picking them out. Here's one, Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2 was fun. Far Cry 2 was also an open world game that had RPG elements but was not really an RPG. You could pick characters, which was kind of like picking classes. I didn't get too far into the online on this. I mean, I haven't played it in well over a year, but when I played it, it was fun. I played it for maybe 20 hours. I do enjoy the game. The story seemed really cool. I would say it's a nice primer to go back to play this before 3 comes out, but there's no point because I played 3 at PAX, and it's pretty much like 1 was kind of a shitty shooter. I'm sorry, 1 wasn't that good. 2 was like so fucking different, and then 3 is holy shitballs, completely different. So Far Cry 2 was still a fun game, and out of 1 and 2, go back and play this one. Don't ever go back and play. I think it was Predator Instincts, whatever. Don't go back and play that one. Far Cry Predator. Yeah, don't go back and play that one ever. The story was cool though. Obviously not going to be as cool as Part 3 is, but here's one that everyone probably already owns. Left 4 Dead. This game was also $9 and under. Same with Left 4 Dead 2. I grabbed this one because my Left 4 Dead 2 is somewhere in here and I can't find it, or someone took it or borrowed it and I just don't know who it is. Left 4 Dead, pretty much we all know the story. It's not an underrated game. It's actually a very successful series, Left 4 Dead, and I don't know. I love Left 4 Dead. I think it's an awesome game to play with people. I also think that it's one of the couch games. You know what I'm talking about? Like you played GoldenEye back in the day, or at least I did. Played GoldenEye with 3 other friends. That's good to do in your living room. And it's actually rare today to like play FPS and not only play online. You know what I mean? Like you don't have your friends over playing Call of Duty. Maybe you do, playing the Spec Ops. You know what I mean? I did that with my cousin Jay, but it's not the same as like Left 4 Dead, and I don't know, the co-op aspect. I know Spec Ops co-op, but this is like, it gives you that feeling like you're back in high school. Some of you guys are in high school. I can't describe it. The N64 era. Left 4 Dead makes you feel like you're back in the N64 era, and you're playing with 3 of your buds. Maybe you have some beers, whatever. If you're in high school, you're not having beers. But it's definitely a fun game. It's more of a social game, and it's also a game that if you don't work together, you are going to die a lot. But like I said, I don't really need to sell Left 4 Dead to anybody because everybody got sold on Left 4 Dead. And for good reason. It was a good-ass game. And this one, I just started playing, and this one was so low in price that I couldn't turn it down. I played the first 2 and I absolutely love them, and I'm an advocate for the first 2. I do think the first is the better of all of them so far, even 3, even though I'm playing 3 right now, so if you see my friends list, you already know. And if you've seen my friends list, you already know what it is. Fear 3. Fear 3 I got at Target for $8.99, and I could not turn it down. I actually do like Fear. I'm a huge advocate for Fear. Fear 1 was one of my favorite games. I'm one of the people that believes that it was actually better on the Xbox 360 than it was on PC, and I know sometimes I come off as like I don't like PC games. I played Fear on PC when it came out. I really liked Fear. It was definitely one of my favorite FPSs of all time, hands down. Fear 2 not as good, but I was all about the story of Fear, and I feel like the story of Fear was, you know, it was really good in Part 1, and then Part 2 they just threw it over here, and Part 3 it's just going back the other way and going this way and that way. It's just fucking nuts. But this one's not as scary as the other ones, but the entertainment value is there. There's a couple points that are like, oh my god. But it's definitely not like the first one, you know what I mean? I don't know. And plus the duality, you get to play as both brothers. That's also cool. I can't tell you any more in terms of what the game's like, because I think I'm only on interval 4 right now. So, I mean, the game's good so far, but the fact is, I've already gotten my $8.99 worth out of the game, so I can go on here and tell you that it's worth $8.99. It's actually cheaper than that on Amazon. I'm not promoting Amazon. I know I'm saying that a lot. I'm just using that app to find prices. I don't promote Amazon. We actually have a huge beef with them on our site. They used to be an advertiser for us, and they fucked us over. So fuck you, Amazon. But I like your app. But yeah. So Fear 3, check it out. I mean, $8.99. I got it at Target clearance. Can't go wrong. It's a good game. Like if you played the first Fear, you've played Fear 2, and you played Fear 3. They're like the same games. It's the entertainment value that's put into it. So as of right now, it would go Fear 1, Fear 3, Fear 2. Yeah. So here are those 5 games. Wolfenstein, which I've already done in a video before. I know. Rage, Anarchy Edition, which is pretty much every edition ever sold. Far Cry 2, get ready for Far Cry 3. I cannot wait. Left 4 Dead. Upset Killer, I will play Left 4 Dead with you, I promise. We will do it this weekend, I promise you. I'm sorry. I feel like a disappointing dad right now. And Fear 3, or 2, or 1, they were all under $10. But these are 5 awesome games that you can get under $10 right now, and I suggest them to everybody. Thank you guys for watching.